Hi everybody and welcome to I Said What I Said. In light of it being Eating Disorder Awareness Week this week, we thought it would be quite appropriate just to do a little chat about our thoughts on this subject and just some statistics that we've read up on, and we thought we'd share those and just kind of jump on board of making awareness of something that isn't discussed enough.
Yeah.
So, Carly, you obviously had a little look at some statistics.
I did.
Online.
It's quite sad, really, actually, the statistics that I found out. I found them quite shocking. But yeah, I mean, it said 1 in 7 women have an eating disorder. And to me, if you think about 1 in 7 women, that means you absolutely know someone who has an eating disorder that either they don't tell you about, or maybe you do know about it, but it's not spoken about. But it's more likely that it's someone you know that you don't know they are going through that.
Yeah.
And 1 in 3 adolescent girls think they are overweight. Now that breaks my heart. Why are adolescents looking at their body and thinking, oh, I shouldn't look like this? Like, I just don't remember it being like that. But maybe other girls did feel like that when I was little as well. And this one is the one that I was really like, no way. And it's 97% of women do not like their body. And that, I was like, that's practically everyone, really. If you think about it, 97%, that is practically everyone. How has society made people feel like that? That's just heartbreaking to hear that so many, the majority of people, more than the majority, are not happy with how they look, or look in the mirror in the morning and like get upset or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I think it's become such a massive focus as opposed to what's my character like? What is it that I'm bringing into the people who choose to be around me? Why are they being around me? Well, I'm not around the people I'm around because of the way they look.
No, exactly.
Unless it's someone I'm trying to, build a romantic or sexual relationship with, that's a little bit different. Obviously, looks do, no matter what anyone says initially, looks do come into that. That's a different subject. But in the respect of this, I think, we tend to feel that, or some people tend to feel that straight out people are just judging us on what our physical appearance brings to the table within the dynamic of a friendship or something.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not overly shocked to hear that 97% of women don't like their bodies. Obviously, that is a statistic that hasn't been overly expanded on, so we don't know what that actually covers. Within that, have they narrowed that down to certain things? But I think, I'm somebody, certainly since having children and just the changes that's made into my body, like I have things about myself I'm not happy with, but I don't allow it to stop me from living my everyday life.
Yeah.
I'm also somebody who has suffered with an eating disorder. So I was 11 when I was diagnosed as bulimic, and I was in and out of hospital, and I was really poorly with it for a good number of years. I think I would say my healing from it only really started once I'd had my second son. By that time I was 22. So you're talking like 11 years, so all my teenage years. And actually the ironic thing with that is I didn't become bulimic because I was unhappy with my body. I was actually really slim, and it wasn't anything about trying to be slimmer. I had other issues. I had other things going on in my personal life, and it was almost like I took control of those by taking control of food, sort of thing.
That's quite a common one, isn't it? You hear about when, especially for younger people, that they can't control something maybe that's happening at home, but they can control how they eat and things like that. You often see that played out on like soaps and stuff like that, don't you? They often show that story.
Because it's kind of like in some ways it's a self-destruct thing. Well, it was a massive self-destruct thing, but yeah. So I think when it comes to understanding why a person has an eating disorder, I think a lot of people on the surface would think, well, they've got an eating disorder because they're trying to be skinnier or they're trying to be healthier. Well, actually, no, there's many reasons why people could have.
Yeah.
And there's many reasons why people could have a dislike of their body. For women who've been raped,
Yeah.
or physically abused, that could make them dislike their body because they associate it with what's happened to them. So I think as a society, people need to be very open-minded and careful with their words.
Yeah.
And I think if all of us can just, it's that cliche thing, if all of us can look out for ourselves but be aware of the people in our lives, then actually society would become healthier. Because I think, why should I be focusing on like how you're looking?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When actually that's none of my business. So you see like certain personal trainers, or in inverted commas, health experts, and actually they're just blatantly fat shaming people.
Yeah. You see it so much on social media.
The wording they choose to use, I'm like, are you actually trying to inspire people and get customers, or are you adding to the statistics of people who already dislike themselves?
Yeah.
It's very, very dangerous how people do not associate body awareness with mental health.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, like some of the comments that you see where they're trying to be, like even the ones that say, are you unhappy with your body? Come and see me. Like, well, who do you think you are? Like,
yeah,
how are you going to make me happy with my body?
Are you happy with your body, Mr. Personal Trainer?
Exactly.
Deep down, like, and that's the thing, isn't it? Like, yes, it's good to have people motivating you.
Yeah.
It's good to have people encouraging you. But I think it's safer to get those kind of messages from the people who do it every day with you and they understand your journey.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to choosing a personal trainer or a gym you attend or a class you attend, I think actually they need to stay very neutral in how they approach people. And yeah, offer your plans, offer your advice, but don't get personal with making people feel that they are anything less if they are a certain size. Because actually, there are certain bodybuilders and sports persons who are heavier, but they could actually be healthier than someone who looks much slimmer.
Exactly.
So this is another misconception that people have.
Yeah.
And you found a statistic. What's the one you found about, like, in history with the shape of women?
Yeah, so historically, they favoured women's bodies who were strong and full-figured, and they only wore corsets to make them look curvier, not to make them look slimmer. And yeah, that is what everybody preferred. That was the aim, what women tried to be like. And it was only in the early 1900s that the Americans became obsessed with a boyish figure. And full-figured women were considered indulgent and lazy. And it's just like...
How ignorant is that?
Exactly. But do you think about the people saying that the Americans, they became obsessed with the boyish figure? Think about how much damage people done to themselves to look like that.
Exactly. And I've always, do you know what, right? I've ranged from a really small size 12 to, at my heaviest, I was a size 20. I wasn't happy at a size 20. Literally, that was just after I'd had my youngest child, and yeah, I just put weight on, wasn't exercising and stuff. Then lost 5 stone, and I've probably put about a stone of that back on. But now I'd like to tone up, but I'm kind of comfortable at a size 14. Really, I'd be a size 15 if it existed. Yeah. If UK done those middle sizes, that's what I would comfortably be. I don't think I'm ever going to be a size 12 again. To be a size 12 and maintain it, I would have to freaking bust my gut out. So I have to accept,
Yeah.
Stace, that's not you.
Yeah.
You're always going to be a curvy size 14, 15 girl. And I think now I can accept that. Now I just want to be healthy. I'm at a stage in my life, I'm at an age where I'm like, okay, you know, a certain number is knocking on the door soon. I just want to be healthy.
Yeah.
Because I wanna live long. But it's hard, you know, it's so hard because we still, you know, you go on Instagram, you go on TV or anything, and it's just bombarded with images of, you know, you look at shows like Love Island, okay?
Yeah, it's just so fake, isn't it?
I mean, Love Island, for example, they are all the most ripped guys.
Yeah.
They are all the slimmest girls with the most pert tits, strutting about in bikini. I mean, no one walks around in fucking bikinis and high heels all day. Excuse my language. But like, they're meant to be the perfect people. Well, I'm sorry, but no.
Society doesn't look like that.
No. And actually, who says they're perfect?
Exactly.
Because once you get to know them,
though, are they?
That's the thing. Once you get
happy.
to know them, and once they come out of these shows, they have the biggest insecurities.
Yeah.
And you realise they've just been forced to kind of be in this bubble and have this persona.
Yeah.
I just want to be around real people.
Exactly.
And if that means that you look different to what society would want you to look like, I don't care. As long as you're a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, you know, when we hear these statistics, it needs to be taken seriously that eating disorders are rife.
Yeah, they are. Look, 1 in 3 teens are ashamed of their body. 1 in 3. That's the majority of a classroom.
I mean, we have children, we have daughters. Our listeners, a lot of them will be parents. If they're not parents, they've got, you know, family members and friends and stuff. But, you know, when you start to think of it from a parent's point of view, that is damaging stuff right there. What are we raising? Are we raising a generation of people who are strong, confident, kind, and looking out for each other? Or do we want to raise yet another generation of people who are silently battling?
Yeah, and taking other people down with them. Because I find a lot of the body shaming is people projecting their hate of themselves onto other people because they don't feel good, so they try and make you not feel good, or tell you that you shouldn't be feeling good because they don't feel good, so why should you? Because like I said to you before, I've never had a point in my life where I've hated a part of my body. It's not happened to me. I mean, I've looked back at pictures, like I remember being in year 11 and we watched a little clip of the Bugsy Malone that we did when I was in year 8, and everyone was like, oh my god, Carly, your legs! Like, they literally looked like I had 2 lollipop sticks for legs. But at the time, I hadn't noticed that. Obviously, being in year 11, I'd filled out a little bit by then. And even I was like, oh my God, is that what my legs used to look like? But not to a point where I was like, because at the time, when I was in year 8, I thought nothing of it. I was very sporty, practically lived in my PE kit at school. And that was what my body was going to look like. You know, I rarely sat down, always off to a sporting event, playing netball, doing something. So, and even when I left school, you always meet people that are like, oh, I hate this and oh, I hate that. And then when you don't join in that conversation to say that you hate something, that people then are like, she thinks she's lovely. She thinks the sun shines out of her arm. You know, I've had that so many times from people. But I don't. I'm just like, well, I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to have surgery to change anything.
Yeah.
I don't think that I've got a nicer body than other people. You know, often like watch, like when I was younger, you was like, oh my God, J-Lo's body, she looks so amazing. But not to the point where I hated my own.
Yeah.
So, and that conversation, like I said, even now, people were like, oh, like.
But I think that's a good thing. I think good for you that you've grasped that and you're living your life like that, because I think that's actually a healthy mindset and how we're meant to be. And who says that that's how we should all be? Doesn't mean you're arrogant. You're one of the most humble people in that respect. Like, I know that about you. And you're someone who you lift other women up all the time about loving themselves. So I think that's a good thing. And I think that's what we all need to aspire to be like. But I think I think it's a conversation that needs to be kept being had.
Yeah,
these
definitely.
awareness weeks are great, but as with everything, it's a week of awareness, then it's done.
Yeah.
Oh, eating
Talk about it
disorders.
next year.
Yeah, eating disorders don't exist for another year now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I don't like, and I think that's where the narrative needs to be changed. And I think it needs to be done, if not for us, then definitely the children that we're raising up, because otherwise it's just going to be a continuous chain, isn't it, of no self-confidence in people. But
I think people need to start just focusing on promoting health in general, like healthy, whether that's healthy body, healthy mind, because sometimes you need to do the mind before you can do the body.
Oh yeah, they go hand in hand. If you're not conquering what's in your mindset, I've been there. I lost 5 stone, and I had to control my mind about it, because it was so easy to look in the mirror and still see that 5 stone heavier person when I was 5 stone lighter. And it's very psychological, and it has to go hand in hand. And if you're not dealing with your insecurities, there's no way you can appreciate your achievements with anything. That goes for any area of life, doesn't it? But and that's where you need good people around you to affirm you, to encourage you, and call you out on your bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we need. We need more people calling us out on our bullshit, so we can call ourselves out on our own bullshit, so we can all move forward. But I just think it's important that people talk about it. And what we'll do when we put this post up, when we put this podcast up, in our bio on Instagram, maybe we can put like some details of like charities and helplines that people can call, because if this is something that has like touched your heart, or you know someone who's struggling, don't be scared to speak out and get that help, because each individual person matters. And if this just touches one person and then they can help one person, I think that's what has to be done. It has to be like that domino effect of the conversation needs to keep going. And women need to be brave to speak up now, and we need to be brave to love ourselves and not feel bad for loving ourselves, or being confident in who we are. I'm sick of the shaming, and I'm sick of women do it to women, men do it to women, men do it to men. Just lay off people, concentrate on yourself, and
fix yourself first before you think you can fix everybody else.
Absolutely. So cool. Well, we could talk for ages about this. We really could. But we just felt it was it was a really good subject and topic to discuss, because as we said at the start, it is Eating Disorder Awareness Week this week. And we hope that you've enjoyed this little rambling, and as always,
please like, share, follow, like,
subscribe,
put
£1 million in our bank accounts.
That'd be nice
if you appreciated it.
That'd be great.
No, thank you guys, and we'll be in touch soon with what our next topic will be about.
Thank you guys. Bye.